gotta believe.
Hello folks, welcome to day 2 of the Saskatchewan Roughriders training camp. She's not very pleasant out here today. Players won't be sweating her off today. Feels like it's going to snow, drizzling out. This is the defense over here. Big lineman there, defensive line. Got a pack of them in here. Comment down below if you'd like me to look up somebody or watch for somebody out here. I'd be more than happy to try to see how he's doing. Not that it matters much to me. Hope you can hear me with all this music here. I don't know why they have the music playing. I'd like to hear what's going on, but maybe that's the reason they do it. Who knows? Anyway, I'll report back later, see how this goes today. Just on another note, they're gonna have pads on today. Not that you can really tell, to tell you the truth, the pads are so much smaller than they used to be in the years gone by. But you can see they got the pads on, so they really go at it hard when it's one-on-one anyway, but the pads are gonna add a little bit more dynamic, a little more blasting. Offensive players will be able to block a bit better. So it's going to be interesting when they play those one-on-one drills and hear some actual pads making some noise, as long as this music's not playing. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Hello folks, she's the end of day 3 Saskatchewan Roughriders training camp, and it was a padded practice, and of course you can tell she was a padded practice, a little more feisty out there for sure. You get the pads on, you can get a lot of emotions flying high, and of course injuries can happen. And I think the only thing I saw that was really concerning to me today was Sean McEwen, the guy we picked up to play center for us on free agency. They were doing some one-on-one, just offensive lineman against offensive lineman, and next thing I know, I look, and he's the trainer or one of the staff is carrying his helmet, and he's off to the training room. A fairly pronounced limp, so I don't know how bad the injury was, but hopefully this is not the O-line woes starting early already. We definitely don't need that. It was really nice. Today there was a bunch of the high school football players out here today, and they got to watch some of the action, and after, a lot of the players came over and talked to them, and it's always, I love to see professional athletes promoting down the line. It's important to me, if you ask me, and gives these boys and girls the drive to continue on and hopefully end up in the same position as a professional football player. But back to McEwen being hurt. They stuffed in Zach Fry in the starting lineup there, and then they tried that Gagnon, Philip Gagnon, we picked up as I thought he'd be playing guard for us, but he's been more on the second squad. They've had Brammer in there as the first squad. I guess they might have room to play 3 Americans on the offensive line, which is a plus if we can get away with it. But now with this injury, I shouldn't say it's a for sure injury. We'll see tomorrow if he comes out here. They had already a few cuts. Webb, DB, he got cut, number 30, because of injury, and it's sad, you know. But you can't keep somebody that you can't give a good evaluation if he's injured, and there's too many people. In fact, today's cut day again. They have to have the roster down to 75. So I'll be watching who off the list. I've got a few guys there. I've put X's, and I'm sure they might be fighting for a job. One of my favorite guys is 91, but I had a few X's for him today. One, you know, they lining up offside, and then on the one-on-one drill, he got he didn't beat the guy, and you got to win those battles because you don't get many looks, and if you don't win those battles, you know, what can I say? They can't keep you. As simple as that. I really liked his size, but there was other guys that stepped up. That Kendi Charles sure looked good. He looked good, and who else? What else happened today? I'm trying to remember everything. Oh, I suppose one of the highlights of the game or the practice was a couple of pickoffs, some really nice pickoffs, and AJ Allen got one, but I blame that one on Stevens, man. Maybe that's why he just brought him in for short yardage. He threw that ball where no one, I might have a picture of it, I don't know. I was focused on the DBs at the time, and all of a sudden the ball comes in, and what's he throwing there for? Man, there was two guys who had picked the ball up, not the receiver. That's not good either, but like I said, that's not what they brought him in here for. They brought him in here for 1 yard, but he's one guy I'd really like to be able to see to develop to be a starting quarterback. Because everybody knows I love those guys that can run the ball. That's important to me. Now, what else happened? Oh yeah, of course, because of the pads on, everybody's more feisty. There was a bit of a fight there. Everybody tussling away. I'm pretty sure it was the one guy in there was Justin Jefferson, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure, but I think it was Julius Bulow. I gotta go to my notes here. I think he was the other guy in the tussle. That might be the end of you too. It's okay to bash at somebody, but you don't need to get into a brawl. Even Harris was just fuming out there, and wasn't too happy about the situation. I don't know. I couldn't tell exactly what happened because it happened in the bunch of guys standing around. You really can't see, but it was right at the end of the play. So I don't know if he whacked on Harris or what, but Harris wasn't too happy either. And my theory on that is that if you're not fighting, you're not trying, but you don't have to actually get into a physical brawl. I always say, hey, if the guy treated you bad on that play and you got to hit too hard or you didn't like it, that's why you got another down. Remember that and make sure you give him one back. But that's all legal that way. You don't need to be fighting. I got a little bit of a look at that sod. He was just in the drills. I didn't really notice him in the one-on-ones. I just seen him in the drills, and there was always somebody there in his ear. So he's learning, but he's got the size, and it's strange. A lot of teams don't get their #1 draft pick to show up. There's a lot of them are still down in the NFL, but he had a shot down there, and he rushed and he started playing right away. You got to give the kid credit, you know. He jumps off an airplane, he says, hell, I'm gonna play, I'm not gonna wait. But anyway, I think that's about it for today. I'll probably get on maybe early tomorrow and talk about some of the cuts if I got time here before practice. Turned out to be a beautiful day out here. It started off really poor with drizzling and cold, and it's still windy. I was amazed at how many passes they actually completed in this wind, because it's a pretty good wind, and even if you're throwing with the wind, it doesn't really give you it's still hard to hit the receivers, and they did. That Robustelli caught a couple nice ones. I was wondering why he didn't get more playing time, but because he can stretch the field. Anyway, I've yacked on long enough. I'll get back to you tomorrow, and thanks everybody for watching, and keep getting more subscribers, and it makes me feel wonderful. I love seeing more subscribers, and pretty soon I'll hit 700. I was going to be happy if I ever hit 500, and someone's going to be that 700 subscriber. Anyway, thanks for watching, like I said, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Go Riders, go. This is our year, baby. This is our year.